You're high performance at work, you are disciplined, you're smart, you execute, but your body is falling apart. Your back hurts, you're stiff when you get up, you feel 10 years older than you are, and the training you do either isn't working or you can't sustain it, or both. Here's the truth that nobody's gonna tell you, okay? It's not your age, it's not your schedule, it's not your genetics or your past injuries, so that's good news. But there's 3 specific reasons high performance professionals lose their athleticism. And if you don't address all 3, nothing you try is gonna fix it. Lee Weiland, Pacific Rim Athletics, creator of Powerbatics, and welcome to training. First reason, you stop doing what put you in prime state to begin with. Think about what you were doing when your body felt its best. How old were you? What were you doing at that point? For most of you, you were young, you were active, you were doing something that required your body to move in multiple ways, be it a sport, a martial art, a physical job, even just running around outside because that's what you did. And then life took over. Career, family, responsibilities, and so slowly, you probably didn't even notice. The things that kept you in prime state, they got replaced. They didn't get replaced by bad things, they got replaced by good things, a career that demands everything, a family that you love, a life full of obligations that actually piles up like a weight on a bar. And here's what nobody tells you. Being high performance in your career does not protect you from being low performance physically. In fact, for a lot of people, it makes it worse because you apply the same relentless focus and drive to your career that you once applied to your body, and your body gets sort of whatever's left over at the end of the day, which oftentimes is not much more than nothing. So reason number 2, you're not overtrained, you're overworked and undertrained, and those are not the same thing. This is the one I want you to write down. Overtraining is a myth. I've said it for years. Look around. 80% of the world's population has back pain, 80% is overweight, 99% never reach their physical potential. These are not overtrained people. Does it make sense? But they are overworked, and the difference, that matters enormously. Overworked means your life stress, the career, the decision fatigue, the mental load. It's completely consuming your system. So your cortisol can be high, your recovery is poor. You might have felt some of these things. Your sleep is compromised. Undertrained means your body simply isn't getting the quality, progressive, skills-based training that it actually needs. And here's what happens when you combine those 2 things. You try to train, then it feels brutal. Then you're exhausted and you can't recover. So you back off or you stop, and then you just convince yourself you're getting old. You're not getting old. You're overworked and undertrained. And the fix is not rest. The fix is training smarter while managing the load. Our students learn this immediately, and it changes everything. Vinny, for example, attorney, mid-50s, when he came to us, 5 hip surgeries, 4 knee surgeries, a spine fusion. He was high performance in every area of his career, but physically was destroyed. Now he's doing 1 arm pull-ups, human flags, and backflips at level 10. Not because he rested more, but because he finally trained correctly. Reason 3, you live in a jungle and you're trying to train in it. Here's a picture I want you to sit with. Imagine you're trying to move through a dense jungle. Every direction you turn, there's something in your way. Vines, roots, heat, resistance, career, family, stress, financial pressure, the relentless noise of a world that just never turns off. So most people, they try to work out in that jungle, the same tired routine. You know what I'm talking about, the same hamster wheel, the same thing every Monday and Thursday until they're too exhausted to continue. What you actually need to do is train like you're cutting through it. And there's a difference there. Working out is random effort that leads nowhere. You burn energy in circles. Training is directional though, okay? It's methodical, it clears the path. In every session, the path gets clearer, the movement, it gets freer, and the jungle has less power over you physically and mentally. This is what our students discover. Benz came to us, hockey player, professional career man, computer all day, mid-50s, probably a lot like you. Wanted to learn a backflip of all things. He thought it was just a cool thing to learn. What it actually did was reignite something that had gone completely dormant. His brain woke up, his body started to change, his flexibility, his power, his movement, all of it. Not because of the backflip specifically, because skills-based training lights up your neurology in a way that no amount of jogging or lifting ever will. It's why gymnasts and pole vaulters and people that train like us, they live 8 years longer than the average population. The high impact, cognitive demanding, skill acquisition style of training that rewires you, brain and body, in a way that nothing else replicates. And once you experience it, you can't go back. So here's the version of you that's on the table, okay? There's two versions of you. Version 1 is what I call mediocre mode. This is the version of you that trained hard years ago and has quietly declined. That gets up stiff and aching, that grinds through a workout when it happens and feels beat up after it. And then you just accept that this is just what 40 or 50 feels like. That is high performance at work and quietly falling apart everywhere else. Now, version 2 is what I call master mode. This is the version of you that moved well as a young person, that felt athletic and capable and strong and woke up every day and you felt ready. Here's what nobody is telling you. Version 2 is still available to you at 40, at 50, at 60. I watch it every single week. But you won't find that version 2 on the same path that you're currently on, okay? You won't find it in the gym doing the same thing you've been doing. You won't find it in a new app, a new program, a new supplement, a new piece of equipment. You find it by training the way that humans are designed to train, okay? With progressive skills-based development, with flexibility that builds strength, with movement that is directional and demanding and deeply satisfying in a way that no workout has ever, that you've thought about any other workout you've been currently doing. So you adapt to what you choose of those two options, okay? So if you pick one, you're gonna adapt down that path. If you pick two, you're gonna adapt down that path. And every single day, your body is adapting. The only question is, what is it adapting towards? So here's what I want you to do. Don't mistake what you just watched for coaching, because it isn't. Videos are information, and information without transformation is just more noise in that jungle. What actually changes things is proper training with a positive community and a system that takes you from where you are now to where you're capable of being. If you're a high performance professional and you're watching this because some part of you recognizes what I've been describing, then use the link below. Book a free assessment, talk to my team. Let's find out exactly where you are, where you're capable of being, and whether we're the right match to train together. There is a cost to this, by the way, not just financial, but when you start training this new way and unlocking new levels of strength and skill, you stop identifying with the people complaining about their age, their aches, and their limitations. You start identifying with actually a completely different group of people. You become that person. And this is an important one. You become that person that others look at and they can't quite figure out. That's version 2, and that's available to you. See you in the next video and in training soon.